Good morning, Yankee Mania fans. How's everybody doing today on this pretty good Tuesday morning? So you're getting one step closer to the weekend. Just try to make the week go a little bit faster. But that's what we're here for to make you forget about how long the week is and all of that. Always know that you got Joe and the Mania here and people like Ken and everybody else. So there's a lot to look forward to. I hope you have your coffee, your bagels, pancakes, whatever. And of course our Yankee chat. Remember to subscribe, everyone. Again, I always say that because it's very important. Press the like button whenever, anytime you can. I appreciate it. And of course, contact the show at joeyankees28 at gmail.com. And you use that you can ask any questions. It's good if when we have a contest and you win, it's easy to get in touch with you. And also, if you really like to come on the show and talk to us about the Yankees, we have maybe a little round discussion. Men, women, boys, girls, I don't care as long as you're okay with it and you want to have some fun in the morning, by all means, we would love to have everyone here. Good morning to Nitin Sports. Good morning. Let's see. Desiree Conrad, how you doing, Desiree? Cold Italian pizza. He's here. He's here, and he's here. How you doing, big guy? Are you having Nutella this morning with your coffee? What are you having? Again, a shout out to everybody in the chat, Jacob Petruzzi, just to name a few. So keep them coming, guys. And I'm going to introduce our first morning guy, and that is CT Cards. How you doing, CT?
Doing good. Doing good. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Okay. And are you ready to discuss some of the bullet points of the Yankee Texas series? I do want to touch though on a couple of things, and not just pertaining to the Yankees. I have an issue with what I'm seeing from the Mets, and I don't know if it was coincidental because they just finished the Subway Series, and we'll bring Ken on in a couple of minutes. But I want to get your views first. I saw the Mets last night play a very uninspiring game.
Abysmal.
And again, I'm not rah-rahing them or dissing anybody else, but they just look very flat. I honestly, and I didn't hear this from anybody, nobody. This is my interpretation. I think Juan Soto is nursing an injury. I really do, because the last at bat was so bad, and he grimaced. And I don't know if it's coming from his wrist or his legs because he was limping. He was limping.
Yeah, I think that was a
look at the video 3-4 times, the replay, and I'm telling you, something is not right there. Something is not right.
When he swung the bat on that last at bat, when he popped out to Trent Grisham, you and I were talking about that before the show. When he swung, he would instantly let go of the bat and did the same thing he did last year and shook his hand. So I think he's got something going on here. And I think last night he's got something going on with, in his calf or in his hip. Something's going on.
About it, because he is not driving the ball at all. But Alonso again looked under. Something's going on with him. The only bright spot they had last night was the catcher. He threw out one of the fastest runners in the game. I mean, literally. And he was like, and after he threw the guy out, he looked to say, "Holy cow, you got me out." And there wasn't many good points, and the announcers were letting them have it. There's no question about it. But I believe, and you mentioned something off the air, CT. There's a possibility with Soto. Something is not. I know, they keep saying, it's in his head that He's not happy. He should not have listened to his family. I mean, he's the guy that's playing. I mean, ultimately, that's like telling me that your mom is going to tell you who you're going to marry and and when you're going to have a baby and when are you going to do this and when
Well, I told
you got to wear the big boy pants and make a decision on your own.
Well, I told you earlier before the show that, and also we got to get Jonathan on, but let me finish this little point. We were talking about before the show. I'd been on another site talking with some people, and I mentioned that Soto misses Judge. Judge doesn't miss Soto.
Mm-hmm.
For the regular season, I'm not talking about the playoffs. I'm talking about in the here and now, right now. You can see, look at Aaron Judge's stats. He does not need Juan Soto. He's got Goldie and Belly around him, and soon to have Stanton. Soon we'll have Jazz back. Hopefully, Jazz will get going. I mean, look at that freaking lineup we'll have. The Mets have nothing like that.
Up and down, we discussed that through and through. So I want to make a note before we move on. Tonight, we were going to do a post-game show. So about 15 minutes after the last out in the Yankees Texas game, you come on to NY Yankee Mania, and we will have the post-game. I will have the link up so you guys could start asking questions, talk amongst each other. I might even say, hi, how you doing? But 15 minutes. So obviously, if the game ends at 10, we'll come on at 10:15. I will put a short out today. Also, if there's any obviously Yankee news, trades or anything, we'd be there first to let you know. So again, no pregame. We're going from here to the postgame 15 minutes after the last out, win, lose, or draw. So come and join us tonight. Without any further ado, our next co-host is coming up, and that's going to be Ken. Good morning, Ken. How you feeling today?
I woke up on the right side of the ground. I have a pulse, and I've had coffee.
Well, that's good.
So you can't complain about anything past that.
Well, I'm glad about that. Did you have coffee? And I don't think we ever discussed. Do you have coffee or demi-tasse or anything or tea? What do you have?
Coffee.
Oh, cool. Okay. And so Sean Browning, how you doing, man? Good morning. And Desiree says Pirate Ken. Well, it's a joke, I'm sure. Don't. Merc the Saucy's here. In a little while, bro, I'm about to go get some coffee. You should have it ready already. That's the whole idea. To be honest with you, I wanted the brew so fast I drank it already. Cold Italian pizza, Joe. More bad weather coming for the next 3 days. Uh-oh. Where are you, Cold? In New York, where I am, it's pretty nice. So, Desiree, you have, CT, you have a comment from Desiree?
Yeah.
Ken, about the Texas series, who do the Yankees need to fear, batting wise? Do you think? And I mean, obviously, I think Texas has been a big disappointment. But a lot of people seem to feel they're going to give the Yankees trouble. Why? Because of the pitching matchups. But we're still in Yankee Stadium. It's still the Yankees, and they want to win. So take it away, Ken. Who do we fear?
Well, throughout the lineup, there's a lot of power. So making mistakes and hanging in the middle of the plate, that team can drive the ball. Not good for us, good for them. If Will Warren does what he's been doing and continues to use his two-seam fastball up, he's got a lot of movement on it, and they don't tend to be able to make hard contact on it. So that's part of what I'm looking at is his ability to keep the bats silent with movement. And as long as he keeps out of the middle of the plate with his breaking stuff, he should be okay. I'd like to see 5, maybe 6 innings out of the young lad, because I do not want to burn up the bullpen in the first game of the series.
I agree.
Definitely. Now, and Thursday is going to be tricky, by the way, because it's an afternoon game and and I guess a getaway day and all. But that should be interesting. Ken, I don't see. I don't know. Do you? And I don't mean to put you on the spot, but while we're on the air, is there any play-by-play coming from you tonight, tomorrow? Because I'm looking at. I would like to do Thursday.
Well, that's what I was thinking is the Thursday stream.
Oh, okay. So then do Thursday. Then go ahead. By all means, you can do. You can have it. I'll do Wednesday night then. I will do the
I
Amazon.
don't know. We can do it together. That's fine.
Like the
Okay.
canned heat song. Let's work together. Come on.
Yes, right. Well, I'm just talking about with where would you like to do it? So Wednesday we do it on NY Mania, and Thursday we will do it on your channel.
One thing I want to ask Ken, what do you think about the Wednesday game? You got Yarborough and DeGrom. What do you think about that lineup or that pitching duel?
Well, it's polar opposites if you think about it. DeGrom is not hurt, and he has got a hell of a fastball. Yankees are a fastball hitting team, so depending on how he's located, could be a good day for the Yankees. Like the Yankees, the Rangers are definitely a fastball hitting team, and Yarborough throws a lot of junk, so he could keep them off balance. And I've noticed when he's pitched, he has come out heavy with the slider and a sinker. And when he is ready for his strikeout move, he goes with a high fastball. It's only 86 to 88 miles an hour, so it's nothing special. But when he's throwing curveballs at 73, it looks like a 100-mile-an-hour fastball coming in there. They're behind on it.
Yeah.
The only concern that I have with him is because he's not stretched out, how long can he actually go?
Yeah. Yep.
Can you have a get well from John Ferrazzo? Good morning, everyone. Ken, I hope you're doing well.
Like I said, I woke up above ground, had a little bit of clear vision for a bit, and then it kicked in, so it'll get better.
Sean Browning, again, good morning to everyone out there. Mark So Saucy, Wednesday and Thursday, they're talking about heavy rain in New York. Yeah, well, that's nothing new. I guess Thursday they'll keep waiting and waiting. So, I did want to make a comment, everyone. And I love having people on the stream and all the time. Just have a little patience because the beginning of the show, the actual co-host, myself, CT, people like Ken, will come on and we'll talk for about 15, 20 minutes. So I know, people are down on the stream, but give me a chance. We'd like to, we'd like to get the points across, and these are the co-hosts of the show. Everybody's important, everybody. But in the beginning, I'd like to get our opinions, and then have the opinions of everybody in the chat and all, unless we do a round table. So please have a little patience, and I will definitely bring you guys up. So I would appreciate that. Thank you for your understanding and your loyalty to NY Yankee Mania. So hang in, and we will be with you, I would say, in about 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, guys.
I'm sorry, Joe. Sorry. The other question I wanted to ask both you guys is in game 3, we got Rodon and Evaldi. Now, Rodon, do you think he's going to get any run support from our offense? Because that's been something it's been kind of funny that Rodon's actually had some pretty good starts, and we don't seem to hit at times when he's pitching. I'm not quite sure what that's all about.
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw. I like that.
Luck of the draw. Okay. We also we have Jonathan down, and we have NR Media Nitin here. I'm going to bring him on first, then Jonathan. Hold on, and we'll come to you.
Yo, what's up,
Good
guys? Good
morning.
morning.
Doing
Hey,
big
Morning,
guy.
Milton.
CT Cards, Ken and Joe. How you guys doing? Thank you again, and good morning. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees. So, what good words of wisdom do you have for us besides a nice cup of coffee, a nice bagel, or pancakes? Or what do you have for us, man?
Well, first of all, yesterday we couldn't go to these events, but we got something else. We had some other things to do. So, but my friend Frank Luna said the Ben Rice event went good, and then Chad Chisholm had his foundation event in New York yesterday, so that went good. Also, they gave me an update there. So, all in all, good with the Yankees players, and but you guys, like I said, you guys. You're doing a great job, Joe, and you're engaging the chat really well on your show. And that's the key thing is engaging the people, and you guys are doing that right now, Ken, CT Cars, and Joe. So you guys are killing it when it comes to engaging fans. So I just want to say, keep working, stay positive, work hard, and this is to everyone in the chat, including the chat. So just keep it up, and things will come. So.
Well,
thank
I
you.
wanted to tell you about Ben Rice yesterday. A fan of the show, and I know he subscribed. And to be honest with you, I saw it fast, but he sent some nice pictures from the event. And
Yeah.
I understand that Ben Rice had this in a glass. He had his picture. He had like a picture of himself in there, and he was very, very accommodating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna again. I saw it real fast before I came on the air, and one thing led to another. Your mind is flying all over the place. But tonight on the post game show, I will give kudos. Thank you for that. So I saw the event. I saw a couple of things, and it looked fantastic and
Yeah.
crowded. And he was very accommodating. He took a picture. He shook their hand. He was around. But I wouldn't expect anything other than in the
Yeah,
Yankees.
he's a great guy to work with, including Oswaldo Cabrera. Amazing. Those are two amazing guys to work with. And by the way, Joe, I want to give you a shout out for joining our show yesterday, Java in the Mouth, and tuning in. And we had Chris Childs on the show. Former
Yes, it
Knicks
was
player.
very
So,
good.
yeah, thank
Very
you.
informative,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it. I really did. So if if they would like to come on and
Yeah.
discuss, and we can correspond, that would be great. Listen, we're open to whoever. Somebody wants to, talk about anything. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, but
That's
Ben
what
Rice,
we're
Ben
here
Rice
for.
is great to work with too. He's a great guy, and even Cabrera too. So
He seems like
Nathan,
he
you've
seems like
done a wonderful job, Nathan. I've been following you for a while now, and you always do a wonderful job. I really appreciate it, and you always keep people in mind.
yeah,
You're a really kind person. I appreciate it. So
thank
thank
you, thank you, CT Card. I really appreciate that.
Good morning to John the Beagle Dad. How you doing, big guy? How's
Yeah.
everything? Thanks for joining us. And we do have Jonathan waiting in the wings also. So I am going to bring him up. How you doing, Jonathan? Thanks for your patience. Thank you. So how's it going? Hey, Jake,
Good,
how are you?
good. I'm still, still getting over that flight and all
Yeah.
that other stuff.
You're still getting, what do you have? What's going on here? Come on. Take a couple of pet pills.
Time
The right
difference,
way, not the wrong
Full
way.
lag.
time difference, airport switches, different planes. If you ever flown with a layover, you'd understand.
Oh
I
yeah.
understand. That's why I try. That's why I try to stay local. I
Hey,
don't need
Jonathan, I had mono once, and I can understand how you feel. Because when I had mono, I had no energy, and I was wondering for months. I'm like, why am I so tired? And finally, I was diagnosed with it, but it felt like the same thing as what you're talking about. Because I used to travel a lot, and I get the same thing. We'd go to like California. You got a layover for like 4 hours, and then come back to the East Coast, and you're just like, oh, I'm done.
Well,
Like
my
3 days.
my layover was supposed to be an hour, and I think it got delayed about. I was delayed in the airport after boarding the plane, it was delayed on the terminal on the mat for maybe another half an hour after boarding.
Oh my God.
So
There's a hello to Nathan
Hey,
from
Merck. Thank you, Merck. Thank you.
no.
Yeah, Merc.
And, I don't know. Lately with all you guys saying all the problems, I feel like Dear Abby. Am I Dear Abby? Am I Joe Mania? What am I here? But anyway, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
this is the problem when
going,
there's no game yesterday.
That's true. So it drives Yeah, but wait a minute now. If there's no games yesterday, what are we going to do in the off season? Oh
We
my
have
God!
to talk. We have to talk about what
violin.
moves are they gonna make and what trades do we think they need.
No.
There you go, Jonathan. I like that.
So there's still baseball to talk about. It's just not an everyday. It's different because everybody's going. There's a lot of free agents, and the question is, what free agent do you want, and who do you want to trade for?
Yeah, and
Do you think we're bringing up? Do you think we're bringing up Rodriguez?
I think we should. I don't know if we are because the Yankees are. They never do anything. They do everything so suspiciously. They don't tell you.
Yeah.
No, I would definitely.
And even if a guy comes up and does well for 3 games, sometimes
they put him down. They call him. They put him. Demote him again.
I don't like that that the Yankees do that. If a guy comes up and has a good 3-game series, goes, I don't know, let's say he goes 10 for 14 in 3 games, something like 9 hits, 9 hits, 10 hits. It's very hot over 3 games. Why send him down? Why not give him a chance? I would just like the Yankees to give the young players the same opportunities they gave Volpe.
How about a shout out to Jose Rojas, who has 3 grand slams in 1 month? That's a feat. That's the first time ever at Scranton Wilkes-Barre. So we take our hats off to him. And guys, by the way, he's a right-handed hitter, and he's a third baseman.
Yep.
Got to think about it. His numbers are not bad. He's got 35 RBIs, 8 homers. I believe he's batting in the 230, 240s, but I'll take it. I mean, come on.
Well, there's my question for you guys. There's my question for everybody. Do we bring somebody up from a younger player already in our system to play third base, or do we make a trade for a third baseman at the trade deadline? I'm curious. I'm throwing that out to you.
The one problem is they had a third baseman a couple of years ago, and they didn't protect him from the Rule 5 draft. Well, I forget what his name was. It was a guy that everybody was. I think Arizona got him in the Rule 5 draft, but he was the third baseman.
I know you mean the first baseman that was hitting a lot of home runs. I can't think of the name, but I know I can see him playing.
Nathan probably knows him. He was in Double-A a lot.
Oh, first baseman.
He was a third baseman.
Oh, third baseman. Is it?
Andre Chaparro.
Oh, Andre Chaparro. Yeah,
He's
Andre Chaparro, I believe.
Yeah, we should have kept him.
Yeah, he was the ideal guy for third base.
Yeah, but he was on. Now he's on a different team. So the Yankees.
Well, we didn't protect him in the Rule 5 draft.
No, we didn't.
He would have been the third baseman, and I still don't like the Donaldson trade.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It haunts us. It's like Hicks.
The Donaldson trade.
What's up, Jason?
The Donaldson trade wasn't about acquiring Donaldson.
Right.
It was about getting rid of Gary Sanchez.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dumb trade. You get rid of a guy who's making $4 million for a guy who's making $22 million for the same production.
I know it doesn't make a lot of sense. Nipton, I wanted to know. I don't know if you got a chance to see some of the Met Red Sox game last night, but I had made a observation that I truly believe that Juan Soto is what do you call hiding an injury right now.
Yeah, I brought up I brought up a comment here earlier from Bob Kaplish. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'll let me look at the chat here real quick. I put it in the chat, but he said someone said so. It says I don't know if it's true or not, but the Mets hierarchy is kind of concerned of Soto's enthusiasm in the clubhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, so like to be honest, I'm kind of glad that the Yankees moved on from him. I feel like I think CT Cars put it right on the head when it came to the lineup because I think we have a more deep lineup. I mean, I obviously everybody would love Juan Soto, but his attitude or what do you call
Demeanor.
his demeanor gets questions a lot. So I don't want that on a team like the Yankees. The Mets could have him. Thank you, Mets. But
But
I think Soto yesterday I caught some of the I didn't watch the game at all, but I caught some of the highlights and then for him to say in the post game after the game today, I think I've been hustling pretty hard. That's not true. Like he's not playing the game fully 100%. And I don't know if it's an injury or not. I don't know. I just don't know what it is. But his post game comments lately has been off to be honest. And
there has been rumors that he's also gained a bit of weight.
Yeah. A lot of some weight.
Yeah.
I think what's going on with Soto is a combination of last year. Remember his wrist when he was swinging the bat, he'd be like, "Oh, there's something going on with his wrist again. There's something going on with his leg," and it would not shock me if Soto ends up on the IL, and it's going to be for a while. And the Mets, as I said, I really think they're going to do what they did 2 years ago. They started the season peaking, and they're going to do this again. And I said to Joe earlier this morning, and I said to somebody else that Soto misses Judge. Judge doesn't miss Soto. If Judge missed Soto, Judge wouldn't be hitting over 400 right now. Mm-hmm. And also, because we didn't sign Soto, we didn't or keep him. We have now Goldie and Bellinger, and soon to have Stanton. Then we're going to get Jazz back. You start looking at our lineup. This is a better lineup than we had.
And you can finally put Volpe where he belongs.
On 7th or 8th spot, please.
You in the damn Volpe position. My goodness. Get off the stick.
Because
no matter where Volpe hits, if Volpe hits first, he's going to come into a situation where we need him clutch. If he hits 5th, the same damn thing's going to happen. If he hits 7th, 8th, or 9th, he's going to have runners ahead of him that he's going to be required to hit. He is a professional ball player. He will do to the best of his ability. I don't care where he hits.
Facts.
And the question that I have,
Volpe feels more comfortable at the bottom of the order.
I agree.
Did he tell you that? Did he tell you he feels better? Do you know that for a fact?
I only make that judgment based on his performance, just like everybody else.
It sucks across the board. He's below zone and hitting. It doesn't matter where he's at. He's hitting more home runs because he's swinging to the fence. And I'll tell you, the difference for Volpe this year is Volpe is pulling everything in the planet. When he has been steadily hitting, he's hitting either straight up the middle or punching it to right field. And that ain't the case this year.
I want to answer sorry to interrupt. I want to answer John's Beagle's dad question from earlier about Ben Rice. John, we're gonna have more events with Ben Rice and other Yankees, so we'll keep you posted on those events, John. So yeah.
That's actually Nathan. Thank you for mentioning that. That's somebody I wanted to bring up. Recently, I think Ben Rice is hitting like 189 recently, or maybe I think he's under the Mendoza line. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the issue, Nathan and Joe and all of you guys? What do you think is going on? Do you think it's the inconsistent of us playing him?
I think he's swinging at the. To be honest, he's swinging stuff at swinging hard at stuff, and then getting all ground outs and flyouts. But I think he's a little too fast at the plate. I think he needs to get to where he was at the beginning of the season when he was taking pitches and seeing the right pitches, and then obviously blasting out of the park and doing other things. So I feel like if he's a little more calmer, then he'll be fine. But I think he's rushing it a little bit, to be honest. So
Cold Italian Pizza says You know how the Pirates never signed their pitchers, but someone proposed this trade for
Oh.
Speed.
Uh,
If he becomes available, would you trade
No.
No
Eel,
shot.
Spencer Jones,
shot.
and
No
Hess?
shot. No shot.
No,
No shot. No shot.
the Pirates will not trade Skeens, and if
Skeens.
they trade Skeens, you have to add Lombard. They will ask for Lombard.
And
That would be a big
speaking of
trade.
Lombard, I want to answer John's question. We covered Somerset last week. We covered the doubleheader on Thursday. The game one and game they had a doubleheader, and we John Lombard was in the lineup for both games, but he looked pretty good. He's what do you call it? He got a single walk, and he has speed too. So George is doing good right now in Somerset as we speak. Ben Hess, he's another prospect to watch for. He's pretty good. Ben Hess is doing pretty good. But John Lombard is since he's been called up to Somerset, he's been adapting really well to the team.
There was some talk on this channel, or maybe Jason's channel, about the possibility of calling up Lombard as early as September of this year, but I'm not sure if
I've heard that.
I'm not sure if
No.
he's going to be ready.
No, he's not ready. He's not ready yet. No.
So next year is more
But
possibility.
he had, I have a feeling that he can get called up to Scranton this year if he continues
Scranton,
with. Yeah.
Granted, I agree with. I'm not sure about the majors.
No, Major's not yet. No.
And do you think he could be a third baseman or just a short?
I think he'd be a third baseman. I think he could be a third baseman. Shortstop, obviously Volpe, but I think he could be a third baseman.
Yeah, because
Yes,
if you can't play third base long term, that's clearly an open spot.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Is it clearly an open spot?
Who right now is your third baseman next year? Right now on this team,
Could be DJ.
DJ.
He's made of glass, though. No offense, but
You
I
know
gotta
what?
say,
Who's gonna play
You know what?
next year?
Professional baseball player who avoids injuries is generally a good contact hitter, something that the team needs. In the past, when he's healthy, he's an RBI machine. You also got to remember Oswaldo Cabrera's career isn't over with. He will be back next year.
yeah, I like Oswaldo.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. They better
They
not even
better not.
trading Lombard. Well, you're right, John.
Here's my question for y'all.
Yeah.
We as Yankee fans, I don't understand why the narrative keeps running to Juan Soto. He hasn't been a Yankee since December when he elected to become a Met. I don't track him. I don't give a damn about him. If he's hitting like shit, oh well. That's the Mets problem. It's not the Yankees problem. And I don't feel like that we should be sticking it to the Mets fans because he's playing like crap. That's something that they have to do.
You know what I think is behind that?
Wait a minute. It's only fair. We're not sticking it to the Met fans now, Ken. Let's be a little honest.
You got Michael K out there saying without basis.
Well, that's
oh,
Michael K.
Juan
That's
misses
Joe.
But that's a Yankee fan. He represents a lot of Yankee people. You had Troll and Salicata last year. Yankees are just keeping Soto warm for the Mets. Don't care. You won. Congratulations.
But we like to hear what the fans have to say. I mean,
I probably have to get going soon, so I'll talk to you another time.
We just finished the Subway Series. Are you?
If you want to talk about the Subway Series, all right, John.
Half an hour.
Okay.
All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Jonathan.
See you, Jonathan.
If you want to talk Subway Series, here's something that you want to talk about: 7 for 11, 636 average, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, 2.078 OPS. That's Cody Bellinger. That's something worth talking about because he came through big time in a big spot for the Yankees.
Yes,
all 3 games.
I agree. Bellinger, I've been babbling about him since April. Everyone was worried. They were going, oh, man, he's hitting under 200 under the Mendoza line. And oh, why did we sign him? And I said, I don't mean to rub it into people, but I said in May, you'll start seeing a difference in him. And you're seeing it. And I think he's batting 377 in May. I think his current batting average is 252, which is higher than Soto's. And I got to agree with Ken. I would love to stop talking about Juan Soto. He is not on the team anymore.
Listen,
No, I don't mean this to you, Joe. I just mean in general. Like, I would love Yankee fans to just Soto's
Go to
gone.
X. You will see Soto diatribe for days on end. Look at YouTube channels. You're going to see YouTubers talking about Juan Soto and the Yankees. Even the big media guys are still talking about Soto and the Yankees in the Discord.
Yep.
Right, but remember, guys, there's another series in a few weeks, so it'll die down, and then it's all gonna now. People are gonna start dissecting. Well, in Citi Field, everybody's gonna go nuts with Soto. They're gonna love him. It's gonna be so loud. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Why would that be? They're not loving him now. They're throwing rocks at him, telling him he's not playing with any heart. I'm going to tell you what. They classed him as a generational player for a reason. He will make it to the back of his baseball card before the season is out.
Mm-hmm.
And he will be a productive Met for the 5 years that he's there, unless he opts out and Cohen doesn't choose to bring him back. He will be – the back end of that contract is going to be crap, I'll tell you that. But there's a reason that they invested that much cash in that guy.
Doesn't he have a 5-year opt-out? Like after
opt out, but they can negate the opt out by raising him up to $800 million total contract. I think it brings his AAV up to 54, 55 million.
Yep, I agree. But, somebody in the chat said John I'm sorry, said that I agree with Ken. This is a Yankee mania. He is no longer a Yankee. Talking about Soto. I love it. I got to agree with it. I'm glad you
want to see some agreements with Joe, guys. Remember, I could pop the question here. I can bring you up and I can bring you down.
So I'm not going to marry you, so I don't want that question.
To me. I want some love here.
I'm already married. Get some love. Go find your girlfriend.
Go find a girlfriend. Yep, let's go. You had to go.
Remember, Joe was our first contest winner. You want me to reverse that on you, my man? You better agree with Joe. You better agree. Hey,
horse pucky.
This is the fun that we have. By the way, Nippon, Jobber, he's got that full grown, still got that.
Yeah, he has a full beard now. Yeah.
You know what I wanted to ask you? Aside from it, how's his dad? Is his dad still?
His dad passed away, unfortunately.
He did, right?
And he lost his uncle. He lost his uncle last week too. So he's going through a lot.
Please give him condolences.
Yeah.
I know his father, just loved him being on the Yankees and everything, and we loved seeing him all the time. I met him once, and he was very, very nice. And I couldn't remember, today, by the way, is May 20th, correct, guys?
Yeah, May 20th.
Well, then, happy birthday up in heaven to my idol, Bobby Mercer. Bobby, happy birthday. We love you. That will never change. You'll always be my idol. I sent a nice saying to Kay, his wife, and she responded, "Thank you so much." And trying my best to get her on here and talk about Bobby's accolades with the New York Yankees. So I'm hoping that will happen.
Yeah.
But again, happy birthday to me, one of the classiest Yankees of all time. And he does. And as I said, I won't rest until I see him in Monument Park, where he belongs, where he totally belongs. So kudos to that. I just wanted to get that out to everyone. So, So what's the next task, guys? What do we see against Texas?
Well, I'm interested what the lineup's going to look like. I kind of liked Goldie at leadoff. I know some people didn't like that.
I like Goldie at leadoff.
I think that works. I kind of You know, I think you need to surround for now because we don't have Stanton. I think you need to surround Judge with Goldie, Belly, and go from there. But we need to figure out somebody for the 4 spot that's going to be a regular, and we need to figure out. We got to, I know Ken's going to laugh and say what he said, but I still think, from what I've seen and when I've looked at the numbers, there's numbers that show when we've played Volpe lower in the lineup that his numbers are higher. So when we put him like in the 5 hole, which I don't know why we're doing, or you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. If his numbers are higher, this is where analytics, I hate analytics, but this is where I don't understand it. Boone, what are you doing? If you're all about analytics, the analytics are telling you that the lower you put Volpe, the more success he has at the plate. So why are you putting him up when the analytics are showing that he doesn't have the success he has when you put him lower? I just don't understand that. But
Well, here you go.
No, here we go.
You can manipulate metrics and analytics to indicate just about anything that you want. It's not a true measure of fact. So whatever interpolation they're doing with the metrics that they're using is telling them that he is better in whatever position he's hitting in.
Gotcha.
And Boone has taken an analytic sheet that is helping him build. He's not formulating it. It's whoever the analytics department people are. And trust me, I used to have a job similar to that when I was in the Navy, dealing with funding and management. So you can manipulate numbers and data fields to say something. Like you'll see Michael K come on there. Well, Anthony Volpe is the best hitter in the month of August, hitting 3 doubles on every other Friday. It's a totally horseshit statistic, but it could be manipulated to say something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's why, in my personal opinion, Major League Baseball has a fundamental flaw with such heavy reliance on analytics. It should be taken into consideration, but there is nothing as good as a scout and the eyeball test. You can look a player in the eye who's had an 0 for 4 night, striking out 4 times, and see if he's got the heart in him, if he's going to bounce back. No goddamn computer spreadsheet is going to do that for you.
Mm-hmm.
No. Now, I do have to throw one thing out to you. I promised. I'm sorry, Joe. I don't mean to interrupt you. I had to do this because Stephen B asked last night, and I asked the question to Ken last night. I already know his answer. Now, with Austin Wells' issues with throwing to second base, are they a little bit to do with the pitchers paying attention to what's going on, or is this just Austin Wells not being able to throw the ball to second? Any of you guys go? Any of you guys? I already know Ken's answer.
You mentioned it to Ken. Let him answer.
Okay.
I already answered it. Some of the issues with Wells may be the pitcher. Most of them are not. Most of them are on the onus of Wells and his. I mean, for God's sakes, a runner was stealing second base and he threw and hit the mound. How the hell do you hit the pitcher's mound when you're trying to throw to second?
Yeah.
And last year, more times than not, airmailing the ball to Judge when he was in center field. Grisham this year. He's just not. He was not brought into the Yankees because of his defensive prowess. He was brought in there because he's supposed to be a bat.
Yep.
And guess what? He ain't doing it.
Mm.
Gary Sanchez, you look at Gary Sanchez when he was here, he had the best arm I've ever seen from a catcher. Problem was he couldn't catch the damn ball.
Nope.
Yeah.
So there's got to be an equal blend. You look at Jorge Posada.
Mm-hmm.
Posada back in the day, he was a decent hitter. He was decent at calling the games. Good repertoire with the pitchers, with the exception of Randy Johnson, who fucking hated him. And quick release.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't ever recall seeing Jorge throw the ball into center field on a run attempt.
You're right.
Yep. And then speaking of Posada, he's gonna be at Fanatics Fest next month in New York at the Javits Center. So whoever's going to go,
Oh, is that the event where WWE wrestlers coming too,
yeah,
right?
wrestlers a bunch of. We were there last year helping out, so we're planning on helping out this year too next month.
I want to refute the Beagle Dad's statement. If you were a pure analytic person and you went solely off of analytics, I argue that Greg Maddux would have never got a shot in the major leagues because he was not overly powerful. He did not have a lot of movement on his ball. He doesn't fit any metric that puts him as a top tier pitcher. However, Maddux is one of the greatest pitchers on the planet that has ever played the game.
No, Maddux.
That's the eyeball test.
Yep.
Because people could sit there and watch how precise that man threw.
Yeah, I just watched a documentary, Ken, on him, and if you, I think it's on Netflix or it's on YouTube, and there's a documentary about him, and they really discuss, what he could do with what was it, 92 or 94 mile per hour was his max on his fastball. I mean, he was throwing in the lows of speed, but making batters just look like idiots. It was just crazy, and that's what I miss about baseball a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this. You just throw it as hard as you can. You know what I mean? I want to see 100 mile per. No, I'm not interested in that. I like the finesse you saw with pitchers like Greg Maddux.
Yeah, someday, Sean. Someday it's gonna be up to him though. But someday we can possibly try and make it happen. Let's see.
But the whole blend, scouts can be wrong without a doubt. But if you take a blend of the two and not become independently reliant on one or the other, I think that's how you end up with a better product.
I agree. That's good. And you what? Well, very well put, Ken. I like that.
He's just trying to be nice. That's all.
No, really?
I know.
I
don't have a sweet bone in me, so trust me. If I don't want to be nice, it's not going to happen.
Oh my God! Oh my God! So now the event that's going to be in the Javits Center, by the way, there's going to be a lot of New York sports memorabilia going.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yep.
Yeah, they had it.
There's gonna be a lot of vendors there too. So
yes.
So at the Javits Center is huge. So you can put anything in there. So last year we were there helping out. Last year we had a whole bunch of vendors from different companies, and then you have all the athletes in the back area doing autograph signings for the fans, and then there's another section where you have all the live shows, like WFAN was there last year too, doing a live shows there, and then you have different sections where you can do some games and everything for the fans. So that's cool.
No, that's great. That should be. I know they promote it on WWE events. Getting ready. I guess Cody Rhodes. I understand.
John Cena's going to be there.
John Cena. That should be happening. The rumor is that I believe John Cena is going to lose it. He's going to drop the belt at SummerSlam in New Jersey. That's what
really?
That's what we're hearing right now. So we'll see how that goes. But listen, whenever there's a night before where there's no game, it's always like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? But there's so much in baseball that you can dissect and you can talk about. And bottom line is tonight's another game. And what are we concentrating on, everyone, this week? Any big happenings? When's the next event at Woodbridge? What's going on?
Okay. So we have. So Fernando Cruz is coming June 19th to Woodbridge. I'm just actually speaking of Fernando. I'm talking to his manager right now as we speak. June 19th is what do you call it? Fernando Cruz, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at Woodbridge. June 14th, Al Leiter. June 9th, Tyler McGill. May 31st, Mariano Rivera.
Nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
May 30th, Mariano.
Yeah, May 30th, Doc Gooden. For
Nice.
for a watch party. And then we got some. They got some couple of Rangers stuff. People coming, New York Rangers, and then that's pretty much it for now. Yeah.
Good.
Wow,
Now, man,
you
that's
gotta
awesome.
keep us posted, or if you send a sleeve on it, I could keep posting it or whatever.
Yeah, I'll send you the flyers to your text message, and then
Yeah, that would be nice. That
And
would
I'll
be
spread
great.
it too, Nathan. I do a good job of spreading information out too, so I'll help you out.
yeah, I'll send it to Joe, and then he can send it to you guys.
Cool.
Nathan, I can't help you because nobody listens to me anyhow.
Well, when I mean, come on. Listen, the bottom line is Yankees are in first place by 4.5 games.
Let's go Yankees! 5 games. We're up by 5 games, I think. No, 4
No,
games.
it's 4.5.
Red Sox.
Four and a half.
It's
Yeah,
4.5, and I believe 5 in the loss column, but because the Red Sox won yesterday, so they leaped. But and if they keep playing the Mets, who knows? I mean, I'm a Met fan in these next 2 games, guys, but maybe that's why they're losing. I don't know. Maybe I should root against. I don't know what to do anymore. No,
Well,
but
somebody yesterday wanted to know or said that the Yankees had scored the most runs in the major leagues, and I did want to clarify that. No, they're in second on runs. They are the Cubs are first. So I did want to make sure I corrected that. Somebody had mentioned that, and it started getting all over the internet. All over some of the things we do.
If you look at the Yankees' run differential, they're plus 90 right now, which is the most in baseball. The Cubs may have scored the most runs, but they've given up a crap load more runs than we have.
Thank you. See, that's why I said what I said. I knew Ken would say that. Yes.
yeah, I mean, really.
Me personally, I've been tracking the opponents that we're going to be facing on this West Coast road trip, and I'll tell you what, I am not expecting an easy time from any of these 3. I think the easiest team that we may face is the Dodgers.
Wow.
The Dodgers are on a 4-game losing streak.
Mm-hmm.
Their outfield defense looks freaking ridiculous. They've given up runs in the first and second inning in their last 4 games. They got swept by the Angels in their own house.
JD Davis.
Well, we're facing those same Angels. They can play ball.
Yeah.
They may not have the flashy names, but they got this kid by the name of Ward who can bang balls like Judge.
Mm-hmm.
And they have junk ballers. I'm going to tell you what, on this road trip, Aaron Judge is going to be ineffective.
Now, you'd mentioned it, Ken, your worries about the Rockies series. I'd love to hear, a couple of your points on that again. I'm not trying to reiterate, but you would mention
They played the Diamondbacks in a 3-game set earlier this week, or earlier last week. They scored 14 runs on one of the best rotations and bullpens out there in baseball. And it's not like they were hitting home runs. They were hitting line drives into the gap and running all day long. That is a fast team. Where their hole is their bullpen. Their bullpen stinks. And they don't truly have a good starting pitcher. But they're a team that's capable of putting double-digit runs up every time they hit the field. And for Yankees, if you don't remember, we tend to play down to the level of our competition. If we play down against them, they could bite us. Last year's a classic example. We should have destroyed the Cincinnati Reds in the 3-game set. We got swept.
Now, Nathan, how do you feel about that? About playing down the teams? What is your thoughts on that? Could we, just as Ken said, I have to agree with Ken. We've been doing it for a while. What are your thoughts on that?
Here's the thing: the Yankees do good against like the good team. They do better against good teams, like equal to them. For some reason, they do bad against horrible teams. For some reason, I just don't understand. Like for example, what do you call it? The Orioles or the Twins. Sometimes the Twins the Twins get to us, but in the regular season they get to us, but in the playoffs something changes. We destroy the Twins in the playoffs, but for some reason there's something I don't understand where they do bad against bad teams, but they do good against good teams. So I don't know what the reasoning there is, but they got to start if they want to be like a consistent team overall. They got to start beating the bad teams along with the good teams. So there's something needs to change there, in my opinion.
I
Awesome.
love
Well said.
the comment here. Jason, I'm so sick of Otani's face. Oh,
Hey.
wow. What do you really feel, Desiree? How do you really feel about the man? I'm all with you.
To quantify my point to Jason, the Mets laid out the template for Judge.
Mm-hmm.
They threw slider and off-speed pitch down and away, down and away, down and away. I think he only had 3 hits in the series. 2 of them were in game 1. He didn't get a hit in 5 at-bats, I know, in game 2. And I think he was only 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. And what they're doing is they're throwing that breaking crap down low early and then coming up with a high heat. Well, the teams that we're facing, the Rockies and the Angels particularly, have a lot of junk ball pitchers that master that type of pitch. Don't have to be the fastest, just have to be able to get a fastball up in the zone. Because when you're seeing something come in at 78 miles an hour and then see something at 90, it looks like a freaking 110 mile an hour fastball coming at you, and your reaction time is slow.
If you, I would just want to make mention, especially if you're in New York or you go on the internet, check out the front page post on the New York Post today. I'll give you an example of what it is. There it is. Soto, I don't want to be here. So, I mean, I'm just trying to,
and that's why people don't trust media because
exactly.
this they come to channels like this to get real talk. People are leaning more towards the social media type stuff because people are actually expressing their points and they are not going for the clicks like the mainstream media is.
Yes. John Perezzo says, less the teams get up for the Yankees. It's their World Series. I agree. When a lesser team beats the Yankees, they just won the World Series. It's incredible. Speaking of that, it was like the Red Sox game last night. They were playing that game like it was the last game of the World Series. The man, he was coming out like, oh, let's do the, change. What the heck? Just play the damn game at this point. It's only May. Give me a break. But he just went, he played that like it was the last game of the series.
To quote you, every game matters. So it doesn't matter if it's a game in May or if it's in September. You play to win.
True.
Very true.
But there's also so much you can do. I mean, every three bat. Okay, new pitcher. Okay, new pitcher. I mean, come on, man. Do you have any faith in any of your pitchers or anybody, especially the way the Mets were hitting? Did it really matter?
But it just takes that spark to get a team lit and they go nuts.
I agree, Ken. Yep.
CT, I just saw your comment. That's nice. You saved her from somewhere in Arkansas.
Yeah. She was she and her brothers and stuff all were brought up from Arkansas to Connecticut and adopted, and we had a little bit to do with that. And she's the one that we got. She was the runt of the mix, and the reason why I wanted the run of the mix is because like right now her brothers are like 125 pounds. She weighs 56. She's half the weight. I can't go. If I have a broken shoulder, I could not be taking a dog out for walks that pulls on the leash. That weighs 120 pounds. No, it's not happening. So it's nice that I got the run.
That's cool. Yeah, and my parents, we have a golden doodle. My parents has a golden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're a dog fan. I'm a huge
They're
dog
really
lover.
a lot of fun. They're so cute. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They really are. They're showstoppers. You bring them in anywhere. Oh, let me pet. Oh my God. That is one of the better looking dogs. No
Oh,
question.
there she is. Oh, so cute. Oh, how old is she?
3.5.
Oh, 3.5. Wow, nice. Oh my God.
No matter how
Oh,
no,
she's
no
11.
matter how they're old they are, they're still your
Oh
baby.
yeah. Yep.
And they're
Yep.
still babies. So, but
She watches every Yankee game with me. Every
Oh,
Yankee game. She actually
nice.
watches the screen. I'm not
Oh
kidding.
wow. Really?
She looks right at the screen the whole game. And then when I get excited, she's like, you know what I mean? It's funny. So she's feeding off of me. And then what was funny is the first time I saw this indication was when I had her as a puppy. She liked when I put on golf, the big open fields. So baseball, there's a big open field. So the same thing. So she really connects with like watching a TV where there's grass. Don't ask me. I don't know what it is, but she likes open fields.
So long as she doesn't squat on the TV and take care of business.
No, she's good. She's good.
oh
She's good.
God. On that
Thanks,
note,
Ken. We really needed that.
guys, just a quick reminder. So tonight, come back to NY Yankee Mania, or 15 minutes after the last out. Hopefully, it's a good, happy recap, and we will do a nice post-game show. So I'm hoping everybody will come back to us.
And
But Nipton, you're definitely invited to come if you'd like.
Aaron Boone against his brother Brett Boone.
The what?
Aaron Boone against his brother Brett
Yeah,
Boone.
that should be fun. That should be fun. I will send the links if whoever would like to come on. I'd really appreciate it. So I'll send you guys the links later. Let's have some final comments, guys. Let's go with CT. Go ahead.
Going into the series, I gotta agree with Ken. This is a weird pitching.
Alignment.
This is why I wanted to win game 2 against the Mets. And this is what started the argument. We had a good argument about, if we had won game 2 of the Mets, we would have had Max Fried starting game 1 tonight at the Rangers. Hands down, Yarborough would have pitched game 3. It would have happened. So going into this, now we've got Warren, Yarb, and Rodon. If Warren gets weak and starts to lose his confidence, we're going to lose game 1. If Yarborough comes out and can only give us 4 innings, now we're taxing the bullpen, like what Ken said. And then by game 3, with Rodon, now we're really good. If Rodon, I like Rodon. I do. Sometimes I get frustrated with him, but I do like Rodon. But all of a sudden, though, the pressure's going to be on him. When the pressure's on Rodon, sometimes he cracks. So if we lose these first 2 games and then Rodon's starting game 3, I can see some issues.
Yeah, well. So what do you see for tonight?
Well, I'd like to get minimal 5 innings out of Warren. It'd be great. I think one of the greatest things to see out of Warren would be tonight would be see him pitch over 6 innings. If he can come in tonight and give us over 6 innings and keep it under 2 runs or 3 runs, I think that would be amazing. It'd be a huge confidence builder for him. But we'll see what happens. You really know with Warren within the first few innings if he has it or not. His location will be off. Ken talked about that. If he has his location, he's good to go. And but man, when he's almost like he's got a little bit of like things get to him. And because he's a young pitcher, so when something bad happens, like a home run gets hit off of him, it's like his confidence starts to meander, and he's done a better job of that in his recent start. So I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry to babble.
No problem. Nipton, your final thoughts?
Yeah. So this series is gonna be interesting, and I agree with Ken and CT Cars. It's a weird pitching alignment, which is weird to see, but it should be a fun series. Obviously, the headliner is going to be Brett Boone and Aaron Boone, but still, this should be a fun series. Hopefully, the Yankees can get 2 out of 3, at least 2 out of 3, or a sweep. Hopefully, but at least 2 out of 3 in Yankee Stadium. But I can't wait for tonight. To start tonight, and man. But thank you, Joe, again for having us. Even CT Cars and Ken, you guys are doing a great job, and keep it up. And we'll keep you guys posted on all events coming up at Yankees, but not only Yankees players, but all athletes in different sports. We do everything with when it comes to events and different venues. And Joe, I sent you some flyers through your text message.
Yes, we saw it. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah,
We will distribute them. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
I said, listen, you do a wonderful job. I've been following you for a few years now, and I know that you've been very supportive of everybody. You always spread the word, and you always have great. You know what you're doing. In the sense of who you're getting as players and stuff, and where the interest is, and where the spark is of the fans.
Yeah.
Love how you're always about the fans. You're getting players that the fans are seeking out. I think that's beautiful. So thank you.
Yeah, and thank you. And also, my team is working on some guests for Joe's show and other content creators. So my team is working on more guests to come on the show. So stay tuned for those too.
Thank you
Sweet.
so much. Of course, and you are invited, obviously, for tonight if you'd like.
Mhm.
After the Yankee game, if you're available, I'll send you the link. If you could come on, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Thank you, Nathan.
The game. Ken, your final thoughts?
Well, I think that we'll have a good series. I like the way that the team has started to gel after the Padres series. Rookies are developing faster than I thought they would, and the veterans are playing some real good ball, and the new acquisition guys are playing good. We've seen bumps in the rotation with performances from Schmidt and Warren really making the mark as major league starters. Now it's working on getting more length out of them. Our bullpen has been solid all season, and I love the fact that Devin Williams got to face off against Pete Alonso during the series and strike him out, so we can take that taboo crap off the table. And he's had 7 out of 8 really good bullpen appearances. I love Johnny Lasagna coming back. He's looked pretty sharp in the 2 appearances that he made, and that it just makes our back end of our bullpen even more potent. So,
And Ken, want to say something about the show you're going to put on in a little bit?
Mhm.
yep, I will be doing a open panel with the pre-series review for the Rangers and the Yankees, not the Mets, at 10:15 on my channel, Yankees: The Ugly Truth.
Awesome.
Anybody who's out there that can join, please join. Give a shout out. Come up, express your opinions. I don't suppress folks' thoughts. I just don't do talking points.
And
And if
also,
you want to, and if you want to argue, I'm there to argue with you too.
Let's go.
I'm all argued out, so I'm keeping out of it for a while. But I will watch you. That's for sure. But just in closing, DJ has a great batting average, and Belly and Goldie, according to Jason Castiglione.
Yeah, Corbin is not the same Corbin as before, so I think the Yankees should be able to light him up like a tree light. So today,
Yeah, I think the right-handed hitters and of course Mr. Belly they're gonna be okay. So
yeah,
we'll all tackle that. As soon as the game is over, 15 minutes after the game. Hopefully, it's a happy recap.
Mhm.
Get your snacks, your coffee, whatever you like, your bagels at that time. There he is, the flexing the muscles, you name it. And we will come back to you later tonight. Don't forget about Ken's channel at 10:15 with the ugly truth. That's a must to see. And we will, and of course, if there's any breaking news, Yankee wise, baseball wise, that's real important. You will get a short. You will hear from us. You'll never go unnoticed unless you don't subscribe.
yep.
And please press that like. And of course, you know how to get in touch with the show if you like. contact the show at joeyankees28@gmail.com. And it just makes my life easier when we have giveaways. And if you'd like to come on the show, we'll talk about it. The best thing to do, please, if you don't mind, and you never have to worry about your telephone number, it is safe with us. That I can guarantee 1,000,000%. So with all that in mind, thank you again, everyone. I can't say enough that how you keep us company. And as the days go on, a lot more is going to happen, a lot more fun, and a surprise is coming very soon. So we will keep you abreast on that in plenty of time. So have a great morning, everyone. You're going to work, you're going to school, you're going to play, you're going to go out with your wife, out with your husband, whatever you're doing, walking the dog, enjoy it. Be safe. You know how much we love you on this show, and we're always here for you. So, as I always say, we love you. God bless you guys one by one, every one of you, and God bless America.
Mm.
Have a good day, guys.
Yep.
Let's go, Yankees.
Let's go, Yankees.
Yep.
Come on. There we go. Take care, everyone. See you tonight.